openly admit they're here for a good time. Obviously they take the event seriously, but they've been trying to help our friends from India, who are another new entrant, and it's been fantastic to see the cooperation between these teams. This is the second Solar Ranger car that's come from Unitec. Next up we have Istanbul University, another Turkish team. We were quite surprised to learn that there's 40 solar cars in Turkey, and we're seeing the best of them here in Darwin this morning. The team let me know that they were absolutely thrilled to be able to be part of this great international event, and they've built a much more aerodynamic car than the previous one. The design inspiration has come from the previous winners of the event, and as you can see, they are serious about what they're doing. Now I'm hoping we're going to see the South Australian car Solar Spirit. I can't actually see what's coming next. The inspiration for building solar cars has many motivations. The cars that we saw earlier in the piece are obviously built to win the event. They have but one purpose in mind. But the cars we are seeing now, this one and the Bochum car that we'll see shortly, are built to showcase some ingenuity of mankind in building a practical solar car. This car has 3 seats. It was built by the students at the Regency Park campus of TAFE SA. And we see them on their way. Next up we have a car from the United Kingdom, from Durham University, who have done extensive work behind the scenes with parametric modelling. The team is prides itself on the fact that they've done as much work as possible themselves, from the carbon fibre of the bodywork to the soldering of the tabs on the cells, and even the manufacture of the wheel motor. This is another car with concentrator cells, which you can see just behind the driver's cockpit there. Next up we have Anadolu from Turkey. This is the 3rd solar car from Anadolu, and it's built by the best and brightest of the undergraduates at Anadolu University. I believe it's the 3rd time we've seen them in this event, and with that experience I'm sure they will have a very enjoyable time. Next up are the delightful young people from Principia in the US. Principia are a liberal arts school. It doesn't have an engineering department, and it's students from across all disciplines. The diverse backgrounds of the students are eclipsed by the passion of the team to find creative solutions to build a successful vehicle. The R7S is a modified version of the previous car, and that is an absolute delightful car to work with, and one of their supporters managed to send me an email at 3 o'clock this morning asking me to wish them well, which of course I was able to do before the start. MIT, a very famous institution in the United States, the Chopper del Sol, the 2011 vehicle, and this is from the 2009 event and the evolution of what they did to be here. Next, one of the longest travelled teams who've come here are the team from Chile. I think that deserves a round of applause itself. The car is called Aeolian, and is inspired by the action of the wind over the earth. Delight delightful people to have been working with, and we wish them extremely well in this, their first attempt in this event. Next up we have Okinawa. Okinawa is an island in the very south of Japan, and this car has been put together by students from the high school and the junior high to become the first solar challengers from a Japanese prefectural high school. It's a student-run project, and again, absolutely delightful people. We welcome them here to Australia and wish them well in the event. From Japan, we go back to Canada with the Blue Sky team from Toronto. University of Toronto students from engineering, social sciences, humanities and commerce have joined together to deliver a car setting the stage for sustainable transport, but also educating the people of their city and the province about the imperatives of sustainable transport. From Canada, we go across the Atlantic to the UK, to Cambridge. Cambridge University Eco Racing, a young team with a lot of ambition and a lot of passion. This is their second showing here. They had a lot of experience in their first attempt, and now they're here with another car, and we truly wish them well, representing one of the world's greatest educational institutions. In fact, the alumnus of our own Dr. Round. Next up, Solar Team Philippines. Obviously a strong local following, and it's delightful to see the Filipino flags down there on the start line. The SEGUNDA 2 is designed for better performance and efficiency compared to the previous car, and they recognise that the need to build a challenging car is essential if they're going to do well. We certainly hope they do well. We'll look after them down the road, and we look forward to seeing them in Adelaide. From the Philippines, we go across the Pacific back to Canada for Eclipse 7. This team is from that part of Canada who speak French. So we welcome les Québécois. Bonjour. It's fantastic to have such a diversity of teams and people and enthusiasm, and this is a merger of two previous concept cars they've put together to campaign in this event. Elegance, tradition and technology. Now I can't actually see what's next. I'm hoping it's going to be Chris Bang from Korea. The Republic of Korea is the first entry from them, and we'll just wait and see what happens for a minute or two.
Excuse me, is possible a picture for me?
There you go.
Thank you. Okay.
They're all right.
Here we have the University of Malaysia in Pahang. An inexperienced team, but an enthusiastic team. UMP from Malaysia has brought a great deal of spirit to this event. We welcome them, we wish them well. Now, by my calculation, there are 4 teams to appear. We want them to get us. We want them at the very least to have their photograph taken on the start line, which they can send back home to their sponsors. If we can get their picture on the start line, we can roll them away quietly and see what's wrong with them. But it's a lot of stress for these people. And here we have the University of Tehran, the Persian Gazelle, a delightful team run by Dr. Abrinia, who's here. He's tried to be in this event 3-4 times before, and this time we've actually got the car and we've got the team all the way from Iran, and we wish them well. Now the calculation is easy because there's only 3 left. So we'll see where they are, because we would love to see them on the start line. And I'm sure at some stage my marshals will give me an indication of what's going on. In a practical solar, and having completed the World Solar Challenge in Adelaide in a week's time, they will continue home to Germany by road. They're going to drive across Australia from Adelaide. We've talked with all the traffic authorities to make it happen. They're going to drive from Adelaide to Sydney, ship to New Zealand, from there into Asia, from there to the States. We wish you well. Thank you guys. I'm so pleased that we were able to see you off in an appropriate manner. And the Indians just came to me and said, can we still come? Absolutely. If we've got the Indian car here, let's see them on the start line. These guys have done it really hard, and it's a pleasure to see them. These guys from Delhi Technical Institution, Dr. Rand, our senior scientist, was in Delhi recently and gave them words of encouragement. We knew they needed a lot of help. We are so pleased to have them on the start line. Fantastic guys. It's been a long time coming.
We make the race just for going through the race, and it's our begin for the world tour. So we try to go one time around the world.
I have just been told that the last car, number 86.
We want to maximise everybody's experience in the event and want them to get their car back on the road, further sales routes, quieter and safer. They can do a few more sales roads and have some fun.
And the German team sounds unusual. Can you just, you're saying up there about how they're not trying to win, they're just trying to prove that you can have a sort of a commuter car.
The Bochum car has been built not necessarily to win the event. They want to be part of it, of course they do. But what they've built, they've set out to build a practical solar car, a practical electric commuter car, a two-seater, with purely electric drive from its own onboard solar panels. 3 square metres of gallium on the roof, and their intention is to drive it home to Germany. So after they've completed 3,000 kilometres of this event, we've spoken to the authorities to get them on the road. They'll be driving across to Sydney, putting on a boat to New Zealand, and then carry on around the world on their way home. We wish them well.
Rightio, thanks very much, Chris.